Hello crafters, this is Suzanne from A Creative Muse, and in this video I'm going to quickly put together a card, but at the same time I'm going to show you one or two little product spotlights that you may be like, oh, that is cute. Alrighty, let's get started. Oh guys, I know I keep killing you with the cuteness sometimes, but you know, if it's super cute, I have to show you. And this is something that, you know, what I do miss about crops. You know, I'll be at the crop. There's like some crops you'll have like 100 and something people walk around the tables, be like, what is that? I find something new, like, oh, let me see that. But it's nice to see things in person. But, you know, right now, yes, we are on video. And so I like to share that same feeling with you guys that I get when I see something new and go, oh, that is cuter. Okay, that's nice, but I'll move on. It's fine. As you guys know previously, I had won a giveaway from Mommi Loves Gigi, and I will link the video now above here, and I'll link it at the end if you want to see all the, wow, she gave me a box of goodies, like a huge box of a ton of goodies. So I made her a thank you card. One card is an easel card, and then the other card is the one that I'm going to put together now with you guys. That's the one that I'm going to write my personal message in. So yes, she's getting two cards. And I know in that video I said I would use some of what she gave me, but then I thought about it. I'm like, you know, did she, you know, would somebody want me to use all of the stuff that they gave me for a card back? Or, you know, it's like, no. So I just decided to think about who she is in terms of what I've seen on her channel and what she likes. So this is the display card. Hope you guys like it. Isn't it cute? I love this card so much. She loves. Oh, I had fun making this one. Took me a little while to make though, because yes, my mind was going. It's like, what should I do? I took out a whole bunch of stamps and I'm like, should I do this? Should I do that? And then I settled on, I know she loves unicorns, pink and purple, this kind of rainbowy colory type thing, because a lot of her projects center around like that style. But I did make it more pastel, so I tried my super best not to go super harsh. The only bright colors I would say is right there, the purple behind that butterfly, and that's an accent. I hope you guys like this. I love this card so much. So her channel is Mommi Loves Gigi. So this is supposed to be like, I mean, I'm just saying Mommy and Gigi. I don't know which one is which, but we're picking both girls as representing. One is them, one is the mom, and one is her daughter. They're both wearing their little unicorns. I put this little cute little dog. I think it's a dog. Is it a dog or a cat? Yeah, I think it's a dog. Because there is a cat also, but I didn't use the cat. And then this is a rainbow die set from my stash. This is Whimsy Stamps. We'll link that below. This stamp set is from My Favorite Things. I'll link that as well, seeing that I'm saying it now. I can't remember exactly what the name is, but I will link that below as well. The thank you. This is a new die from Simon Says Stamp. And it does come with the shadow, which I so love. And here I kind of stacked it. If you see, I did the glitter on top and then another bit of glitter behind it and then, you know, stacked it so you can see the peak of the purple. Or the girls wearing the little unicorn hats, I should say. They're colored with Copics. And then I also took some gems. These are gems from Honeybee Stamps, and I will link them below. This is two sets of gems. So they have gems based on just different sets with different themes. I had to use colors that matched my pastel rainbow. That's why I used two different sets and pulled out what worked. And then here I did yellow grass. I put some Ohuhu. That's my Ohuhu marker there. And I did layer it up. This pink piece here with the cross stitch. This is a die from Surprise Creation on AliExpress, 5x7. So this is a 5x7 easel card. Folds like so. I didn't even open it up yet. And then there is a little stopper, which is a floral. And so the card looks like this open. Now this one, I could You could write a message here, but I wanted it where she would keep this as a display. So I would put the message back here. But this one, I'm going to just put something, you know, thank you, Teresa, and then write a date and, you know, put that is from me. But the personal one is the next card, which is the one we're going to put together. So I hope you guys like my little 5x7 goodie. So I'm going to mail this off this week. I need to make an envelope. I'm going to use my envelope punch board to make a 5x7 envelope for this. Alrighty, moving along. I'm now going to show you what I'm going to use to put together the card, the personal card that I'm going to write a full message to Teresa from Mommi Loves Gigi. First, I use my gnome, and she likes gnomes. I know that too. With the flowers, this was in a recent haul I showed you guys. This is from Trinity Stamps. Seeing that I'm showing you, I will link it below. I have the coordinating die for it, and I'm going to use this set. I colored up the image. I had shown you that I had colored it before, but I think I had this in a different colorway, in a salmon, more salmon color. I know she likes pinks and purples, so I did it more pinks and purples here, and I colored the hat in pink. So this is another coloring. And actually, funny enough, this is not bad to color. I thought it would have been like, you know, it looks like a lot. It really doesn't take forever. Next up, this is a new die, wonderful die from Altenew. And this is called the Mini Flower Cluster Layering Die Set. This thing is awesome. It actually does not come together hard. And usually Altenew would give you things that you're like, okay, I'm about to grow some gray hair. Their layering stamps and layering dies can sometimes be a little tricky. This one is a very straightforward one. And so with that, I put together this. Cute, right? Because she loves purple. So I'm going to put it on with my little gnome. And let me show you the dies. I have them here in a pack. So you go, it's only 1, 2, 3 pieces. And yes, I use adhesive sheets for the whole thing except for the back piece. And this, you can see I'm popping it up to last forever. And then these are the leaves. This is the center for the flowers. But it's very easy to put together. And I made 2 sets of it. So I have my extras are still stuck here in the packaging. So I made 2, but because of the size of the card, I'm only going to use 1. And here I did those purples, like I said. That's the leaf. Comes together real nice. What I did want to point out, though. All right, I'm zooming in now. I had used my Platinum 6. So even with the Magic Mat, I was getting this. You see what's happening? It's over embossing the paper. I had to go back to my Sizzix and get it smooth. You see the difference sometimes with too much pressure? So even when I ran it once, and I believe I can see this one is a harder impression than this one. So this one was run with 2 cutting plates from my Platinum 6, which would have been the same thing happening in the Gemini, the pressure. Use the Magic Mat, and I was still getting over embossing, crushing the paper. I wanted it more like this. This needed to be smooth. It didn't need to be this. Because if I stick this on top of here, you see how it looks? I don't know. These are the things that this is why I have more than one die cut machine. All right, I'm going to zoom out. I know. If it doesn't bother you, it's okay. But these things, that bothers me. And I thought the Magic Mat would have backed off the pressure, but in this instance, it didn't. So I just wanted to point that out to you. What I use most of the time, actually, is my Big Shot, my Sizzix Big Shot with a precision base plate. That's what I use most of the time. If I had ran that through my Empress too, it would be the same thing, because the Empress has a lot of pressure. But I really like to keep my Empress with my Anna Griffin dies, because that's where the magic happens on Anna Griffin dies, is with the Empress. It really does. Like, I've noticed it, I've tested it on other machines, and I'm like, no, she need, you know, her dies need to go on her machine, and they're happy together. Alrighty. Next up, I did my gnome, I did my flower, and if you want to see a closer look on how to put this together, let me know below. But this one is pretty straightforward, but just in case, you know, sometimes you still like to see it. This is a die set, plaid die set from Waffle Flower, the stitched diamond panel die, the triple line diamond panel die. Ooh. That was a lot to say right there. So both of these die sets measure, they're not an A2 size. They're a little bit shorter than A2. Measures 5 1/4 by 4. So this is a 1/4 inch shorter all the way around than a typical A2 die, or for an A2 card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So this is just a hair shorter. So now with these two dies, I made, this is going to be the cover of the card. And I sized the card down as a small note card. I did put it on basil, on my white avalanche basil. Seeing that I have so much now from the mini album. I have it in general anyway. But what I did, I layered. Normally, you would have this on the back, this on the top. So I cut a few just to show you guys examples of how this die works. So here is the base in white. Let me keep these here so you can kind of see, you know, just a little edge of it so you know which one I'm talking. So this is this in white. This is it in color. So I'm going to show you the options. Here, that's the more detailed version, the triple line in white. And I also did them in different colors. I did it in blue, this pink, a different shade of pink, and a yellow. Now what I ended up choosing for my card is purple, but I wanted to show you how it changes looks very quickly. All right, so you can put it on the outside like this. This is the one I'm settling with. That's one look. Here's another look. You can put it also, because it was an example I saw, put it behind it, and typically this would be the back, but in this case, I like that the back of the die is on top to quiet down all the plaid busyness. But it can work either way. Options. So here it is on top. Here it is behind, like this one. See the difference? And I have a A2 base here. So let me put it on the A2 base. You see the difference? This is more muted, that's brighter. Here, it would be like this. See how it's much brighter now? But then again, this is in color too. I could do the white. I could do layers of white, like that. But I can quiet it down like that. Are you kind of starting to see what I'm saying? Because I noticed it when I was playing with it to make the card for her. Like this thicker part just quiets everything down. Even when you do it that way, it quiets it down as opposed to being that way. Hope you're seeing what I'm saying. You're like, Suzanne, what are you doing? Here, I could do pink. This was an option. I still like the purple. I could do this with the pink, or I could do this. This is the choice I'm going with because I know she likes purple, and I had so much pink going on in the last card. I have pink clouds. This one here, this one has pink clouds and the girls and a lot of pink. So I wanted to touch her love of purple as well in this card with the purple flowers and the purple background. I'm thinking about the recipient. Here it is on top. It looks different that way, doesn't it? Than if you do it this way. But depending on what you want. See how it's more quiet? I love that. I love that about this die. Like it has the option of being loud or not. Here's the other pink color. This is more of a deeper pink. There we go. Or put it on top. Options. And then last, I'm going to show you blue because this was another option I was thinking. Blue. But I still like that purple. Yeah, see how the blue just, I don't know. So you have to work with the shades of paper. But as you can see, I cut all those out. Oh, I'm going to use them. But see how it's much more, I don't want to say busier, because this has this application too. And I think it was made this way for this to be on top. But I like the back being on top. That's just my thing, especially for right now. Now, at this size, as you can see also, at A2, you would have an edge. So let's put this back here. I would have 1/8 of an inch all the way around. In this case, I did not want that. I didn't want this with this. I wanted it just so. I liked it better like that. Here's a sidebar. So this is the A2 card. So I'm gonna cut down the A2 card base, because I kind of like it not showing all that stuff. All right, A2 card base, I'm coming down to 5 1/4. This is 110-pound cardstock by 4. That's why I'm not folding it in half and cutting it double. Because sometimes when it's thick like this, it won't cut clean. It'll cut and then kind of shift a little bit. Alrighty, let me burnish. And burnish. There we go. And then on these two, I did use adhesive sheet. Now, technically on this, I actually don't need to use an adhesive sheet because of what I do appreciate about this. Because it's so thick, you can use 1/4 inch tape. And this does have a thick edge too, so I could just go 1/4 inch around here. I really don't need the adhesive here because once I put this behind this, I'm going to stick it on. It'll stay. But, you know, when I was first playing with it, of course, the first thing in my mind was adhesive sheet. So there, this is an adhesive sheet. Whose adhesive sheet is this? I think, oh, this is some of my Ken Oliver. I'm starting to use up some of my Ken Oliver adhesive sheets, because those are older, but I started to use it up because I was like, you know, my Sizzix I'm really saving for paper piecing, like, you know, making these little flowers and stuff. The Ken Oliver I can use on something like that. It's an adhesive sheet, but it doesn't have as much stick. Both of them are repositionable when you first put it on, so you can shift it a little bit. But once it cures, that's it, you know. But I find the Ken Oliver to be more closer to Xyron in terms of a soft stick, if I'm making any sense. Alrighty, so I'm going to layer this on top of this. Okay, I'm going to stand up and do it so you guys can see. There we go. And then now, I'm still standing because I have to be over this. Because now I'm going to, again, just like in the mini albums, 2 fingers to try and get it, you know, on here. I'm going to focus more this edge because if I have an overhang, I can always trim that. But you can't trim this side where the fold is, okay? So I'm going to line it up here, line it up here, there, no, there. I just felt a little shift. Come down, there, and there. Do I have a little overhang? Ever so slight, so I can just trim that off with my trimmer. But I just wanted to show you how you would put together a card base with this. So I'm going to save this one for some other project. So let's put this card together. Let me peel off this backing on my little gnome, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, crafters, I'm pulling off the last bit of a ton of foam, double-sided foam. This is the 3M foam. Oh, I guess I have, oh my gosh. I try to put it on every corner of this thing. So I like the low profile, but just a little bit of height difference anyway. So what I'm gonna do, because, you know, I want this to last for years to come, I'm still, even though the foam 3M is high quality, I'm still gonna put just some hits of wet glue just to make sure that this is a gift that keeps on giving. Wherever she displays it, it's still there, smiling and functioning, and nothing is falling apart. So I put a little wet glue, check my opening, I don't want to do it upside down, and then I'm going to stick, let me stand up, my little gnome. Now I have to find a sentiment there, because I'm going to put the flower like right here. So I gotta Get him kind of, there we go. And there, that's it. Cute. I tell you, this gnome is the most adorable gnome. This is an all year round gnome. Really and truly. It could go birthday, it could go Valentine's, it could go Easter. The only time, maybe for Christmas, no. But if you change out, let's say you change that to a holly, stuck some holly on top of there. Oh, it could still work. Alrighty, now I'm gonna take off here. Now here I did a single layer of foam and a double layer. The reason I did double layer down here is because I have to compensate for one layer there and then the other layer to go above it to fit it in, if I'm making sense. So down here I have 2 layers of foam and then here just a single layer. Okay, I'm going to peel this all off and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so this, just a little sidebar before I stick this on. This embellishment is super cute and super sturdy. This is like 3-4 layers of cardstock, so it has a certain thickness to it. Okay, I didn't even need to use 110-pound cardstock. Alrighty, and normally my card base would be 110, but the bezel works. So I am going to again put some wet glue just to ensure that everybody stays where they're supposed to years and years from now. Alrighty, let me cover this up. And I am enjoying that Barely Art glue. I just don't have it down here with me. I only have 1 bottle. And I'm going to work it here. Work it in, work it in, work it in. I didn't want it hanging off too much. Right there, bottom of the card. Yes, there we go. So it's in the parameters. Yep, yeah. It's in the parameters. And then there we go. So now I need to put a sentiment. I don't have a sentiment yet. I did bring down my, what I had foiled the other day, but from the Perfect Sentiments. From the tutorial, from the last tutorial that you saw. I brought some of that down, but I think I may go something smaller. I may need a tiny, looking for the word thanks. See how it all just stays nice and ready to go? You cut them all out, then you just use it. Let me see, thank you. Do I like that? No, I don't want to cover up the flowers. Sometimes, oh, well. Okay, I need to put thanks, like I wanted to put just a little thanks here. But I think the thank you, this thank you may be too big. So I'm gonna find a die from my stash or something. It can't be a stamp because this has a lot of textures. It's a lot of texture on texture on texture going on. Let me see. Thank you. That's it, that's black and white. I think that's too harsh. See, I like to see the curve of his beard. And I think she would like to see it too. So in this instance, I'm not going to use one of these, but I will finish it. And I'm going to get that out to her this week. So I hope you like my little card tutorial. Although I didn't color it for you, but you know what I mean. If I was to color this for you, trust me, you guys, you'd be like, Suzanne, why are you taking so long? I don't color fast, okay? So I just wanted to show you how I put together the card and how, see, the plaid is there, but it's not, you know, in your face. It's just adding beautiful texture and layers to this card. And then, of course, this one. So she's getting the pop-up thank you card, and then the personalized, in my note will be on the inside card. I may actually do an insert in it. Like, thinner cardstock inserted in here and written. So yeah, I'll see. That's another way of, you know, putting that little extra layer on the inside of the card. Make it all fancy. Alrighty, crafters. So tell me what you think about these cards. Would you like to, I mean, do you think I captured what I was hoping to capture? The purples and the pinks and what I believe that she likes? I hope so. This little die set is super cute, so that's part of my product spotlight, as well as most definitely this one, the mini flower cluster. Super duper duper cute. I will link all of this below because these are just like uber special. And my gnomes. Okay, crafters, so I hope you liked my little cards that I'm going to send to Mommy Loves Gigi. I hope she loves them too. Alrighty, crafters. So until the next video, stay crafty, my friends. Bye.